Call me an idiot. Call me an idiot. But I think the best player of all time is not Michael Jordan. I think it's Wilt Still. Now, Michael Jordan's no doubt number 2 in my opinion. You guys are probably calling me an idiot. I don't blame you. Don't dislike the video just because you think I'm wrong. Tell me in the comments why you think Michael Jordan's better. If I don't have a comeback, you can dislike the video. That's fine. Now, Michael Jordan has a lot of accomplishments. 6-0 in the NBA Finals of all time. Don't get me wrong, that's really impressive. He made 6 finals and won all 6 of them. Wilt Chamberlain was undefeated in his finals, and it went anywhere near 6 finals. And Wilt Chamberlain played in an easier era in the 1960s. But I still think Wilt Chamberlain is the best player of all time. Now, this is not because he dropped 100 points in a game. While he did, while that's an amazing accomplishment, that's not why. That helps him, but that's not why. So, career points per game. I have some stats up. Career points per game. That's playoffs. Okay. So, career points per game, they actually have the same career points per game at 30.1, which is kind of ironic. Now, Michael Jordan played in a harder era, so you gotta give that one to him. But the way Wilt dominated, there were other really good big men in the 60s, who are my 3rd and 4th, in my opinion, best players of all time, and Bill Russell at number 3, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at number 4. Michael Jordan, there were some good shooting guards. Penny Hardaway, Clyde Drexler, Chris Mullin. Would you count Chris Mullin as shooting guard? I don't even know if you count Penny Hardaway as shooting guard. But there were nowhere near as good as many centers in the 60s. We can name some good players for Patrick Ewing. Oh no, that's the 90s. Patrick Ewing is a really good center from the 90s. I got my years mixed up. I'm sorry. But let's name some players who were good in the 60s and 90s. You're gonna know more players from the 90s, I think, because that's way more recent. I think most people watching this video were not alive in Wilt's time. If you were, then cool for you. But the way Wilt dominated, look at that rebound. Look at the way he got that rebound. Let's name some players from the 60s. So, Bill Russell, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Pete Maravich. I guess he could count in the 60s. It was more 70s. Oscar Robertson. There's not as much, but there are some really good centers from the 1960s. Jerry West, Elgin Baylor, very well from the Lakers, though. Scottie Pippen for blocked out. But Michael Jordan's 90s, there were more good players. Hakeem, Patrick Ewing, Clyde Drexler, Scottie Pippen was his teammate. An up-and-coming Kobe, an up-and-coming Allen Iverson, an up-and-coming Tim Duncan, an up-and-coming Steve Nash. Bunch of up-and-coming players. And while in the 90s, I know I'm missing some really good players, so just feel free to be triggered. My bad boy Pistons, Isaiah Thomas and all them. I can't forget about my bad boy Pistons. Showtime Lakers, even though I know that was the 80s. Michael Jordan started his career in the 80s, but he was more of a 90s guy. John Stockton and Karl Malone, they were from the 90s. Was Alex English from the 80s or 90s? Alex English, let me look that up. Alex, let me go, wait. I'm not really trying right now. Alex English, the most underrated player in NBA history, Alex English, no doubt about it. I might make a video on Alex English. You gotta give the man some credit. Wilt, Alex English, no, Wikipedia. Okay, yeah, he was more 80s actually, sorry. He was drafted in 76, so he wasn't that good in the 90s. Okay, he played from 76 to 91, okay. So Alex English was more 80s. George Gervin, oh, David Robinson, he played in the 90s. George Gervin, I think, was the 80s too, actually. But let's compare more stats. Blocks, that obviously goes to Wilt. I mean, he averaged, oh, they didn't average blocks in Wilt's days, but yeah, Jordan had a 0.5. That's more than Wilt, but that's because they didn't measure blocks in Wilt days. I can only imagine Wilt got, how did the Lakers out-rebounding Wilt by 9? See? Wilt's dominance. But Wilt in one season averaged 50 points per game. Now, in the modern NBA, that's around 40 points per game, maybe a little less. But still, 40 points in a modern NBA season? That's nuts. Russell Westbrook didn't do that. James Harden didn't do that. Only so many people can get over 30. He did 40. Jordan's best was 37, which is still pretty good. That's really good, actually. 37 points is a lot of points. But that 37.1, yeah. I mean, I think this is an obvious one. Wilt's a big man. He averaged about almost 23 rebounds a game, which, as I said, that'd be less of a modern NBA. That'd probably be more like 16, 17, 18. But no one averages those type of numbers. The most you see is like 15 from like your Hassan Whitesides, your Rudy Goberts, your Andre Drummonds, your DeAndre Jordans, players like that. So, let's see assists now. It probably goes to MJ. No, that goes to Wilt. Now, obviously, Wilt played in a harder era, so you might give that to MJ. MJ averaged 4.0. MJ had Scottie Pippen, he had Horace Grant, he had Steve Kerr even. Steve Kerr sure knows how to win championships. Shout out to the Warriors who just won last night, even though I hate their guts. I only hate him because of Kevin Durant, and I don't hate the Warriors for getting Kevin Durant, but I'll make a separate video on the Warriors winning and the Penguins winning. Good for them, even though I was rooting for the Predators and the Cavs, and I picked the Predators and the Cavs to win. So, sucks to be me. But, assists, Jordan's most was 8 assists. He also got 8 rebounds that year. 8.0 on the nose. That was in 1988, 1989. Will averaged 4.4 assists. And he had 8.6 in 1967, 1968. His last year with the Philadelphia Warriors, I think they were still called the Warriors in 67, 68. Because the Golden State Warriors are actually from Philadelphia. Philadelphia's Sixers now. I think though, as much as the process, would you rather have the process or multiple NBA rings? Then again, the Warriors blew through on lead, so that's a bit debatable. See, Will wasn't in the paint there. That's why Bulls got the board. Will is in the game now. So it's close. Now, NBA rings. Obviously, that goes to Jordan. Jordan is 6-0 in NBA Finals. Will is not undefeated in finals, and he only has 2 rings. But it shouldn't be based on finals. Should the finals have a lot of impact? Absolutely. LeBron lost 5 finals, but he's made it to 8. I do think LeBron's a top 10 player of all time. Top 5 is a reach. My top 4 is easy. 5? Maybe Magic? Maybe Larry Bird? Bird is word? Maybe Tim Duncan? Maybe even Kobe? Number 5 is hard. I really have to think long and hard about that. If I had to choose, maybe Magic? Because Magic was just so dominant and he could defend any and every position on the NBA court. That might be a bit of a reach. I definitely think Magic's the best point guard of all time. LeBron is definitely top 10, no doubt. If he wins another ring or 2, I will say top 5. I think it's very hard to crack the top 4, though. I don't think for the next 50 years, anyone will beat that top 4. Maybe some special individuals. But I don't think anyone will be better for the next 50 years, assuming the NBA goes on for 50 years, more years, who knows, than Wilt Chamberlain, Michael Jordan, Bill Russell, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So, minutes. Wilt Chamberlain averaged 46 minutes a game. LeBron actually had 46 minutes game 5 or something like that. He had 48.5 one year. Now, an NBA game is 48 minutes long. That's 48 and a half minutes. I don't know how long minutes were back then, so either the Philadelphia Warriors played a lot of overtimes then, that was 61-62. They either played a lot of overtimes, or the games were longer. That's a lot of minutes. Michael Jordan, I can only assume he had a lot of minutes. He averaged 29.4 minutes per game. That's nowhere near Wilt. So while that shows Jordan's more productive, that shows Wilt can play 48 minutes in a basketball game. That's a lot. Let's look at efficiency now. Jordan did not average 29 minutes a game. That's an all-star game. He averaged 38.3 minutes a game. So Jordan was a little more productive. Wilt could play 48 minutes a game. Jordan played 30. I don't know why I thought he played 29. That's actually ridiculous if you figure it out. Considering he's Jordan. So, let me see. Did they? No, they didn't. I don't think they had the 3-point line back then. I know there's a 3-point line there. Yeah, Wilt's field goal percentage, 540. That's not bad. His last season, he averaged almost 73% from the field. And his last was a bit of a tech issue on my part. Stupid storage space. Forgot to delete the Browns little clips from the last episode. Because once we're on YouTube, I can delete it. Like, not delete it from YouTube, but, like, delete it from, like, my saved videos. So, where were we? Field goal. So, Will averaged, 54%. Jordan averaged almost 50%. So, Jordan made about half his field goal. So, Will is a big man, and he shot a lot from the paint. So, you're gonna take that into both of their, like, things. Jordan also had the three-point line in his era. And, obviously, Jordan would be a better three-point shooter than Wilt, because Wilt is a big man. They can't really have a contest now because Wilt, unfortunately, is dead. He died in 1999. Jordan's still alive. He's actually the owner of the Hornets, which is kind of weird. Free throw percentage. Jordan was an 83.5% free throw shooter. Wilt was a 51% free throw shooter. He's a big man. You gotta give him some slack. He's, yeah. Look at DeAndre Jordan. You gotta give the man some slack. He's a good player. He just can't shoot free throws. So if you look at those stats, you'd think Jordan is better. And the rings, which honestly, I would agree. I think Jordan has more balanced stats. But the way Wilt dominated in his era, and were better big men in the 60s and 70s than there were shooting guards in the 90s. There were some good shooting guards in the 90s. But 3 of the 4 best players of all time in NBA history were big men in the 60s and 70s. In my opinion, they're the 4 best players of all time. Oh my word. Oh my word. Wilt wasn't in the pit. Wilt's not in the game. See? But Wilt had competition, including Bill Russell, and Bill Russell won 8 of 11 finals appearances. He made it to the finals 11 freaking times, which is why he's my 3rd best player of all time, and he won 8. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I mean, all-time points leader, he had 6 rings, I believe. You can't really explain that into much words other than he's a beast. But I really think Wilt's the best player. The way he dominated, he scored 100 points in a game. While I understand that's one game, that proves he dominated his era. Jordan did not get an 100-point game. He's had, obviously, some really good games. The flu game. He dominated with the flu. Could most people do that? No, they could not. I mean, I'm not that good at basketball. But, I mean, I'm better than Turtle Player 9, so, I mean, we just gotta keep that into account, because Turtle Player 9's worse than me. Turtle Player 9's very bad at basketball. I hope you guys enjoyed proving why Wilt Chamberlain's the best of all time. It's an opinion. Another reason why you can't dislike this video is because it's my opinion. If you guys think Michael Jordan's the greatest player of all time, that's fine. Michael Jordan is no lower than 2 in my opinion. But I believe that Wilt Chamberlain is the real GOAT. Until Boban retires, then you can give that to Boban. That's not Boban's shot, by the way. I am going to sim a season with Wilt and Jordan's teams in the modern NBA. Let's see how they do. Well, I chose Veron Wilt. He's not his prime, he's 35 years old, but they both made All-NBA first team and All-NBA defensive team. So Jordan, more minutes, finished career average, less points, I want to say less rebounds, more assists, 4.4 steals, which is ridiculous. It's more than his career high. 1 block, that's less than his career average. Or no, it's more. He was incredibly efficient. Meanwhile, Wilt, who won Defensive Player of the Year at the age of 35 years old, he only put up 18.4 points. But the season before, he put up 20. So, I mean, you gotta give him some slack. 18 points in the 60s is a lot more. So, where's the 50 season? Right there. It says Golden State. I don't know why. Because it's... wait, Golden State did not move to Philly. Philly moved to Golden State. But points is definitely below his career average. Rebounds is below his career average. Assists is above. They didn't measure steals and blocks. 4.5 blocks. That's a lot. Field goal percentage was above his average. Minutes was below. So, Wilt's team was the 3 seed. Jordan's team was the 3 seed. Wilt won Defensive Player of the Year. They both made All-NBA first team and All-NBA defensive team.
You're stupid.
Okay, so Jordan's team advanced and Wilt's didn't. If Jordan's won the championship, then maybe I'm an idiot. Maybe I'm an idiot.
Stop it.
Because Jordan
Get some help.
beat the Warriors. There's a triple-double. But I still think WILT's the greatest of all time. This is just a video game.